And even though I never worked at a big police department like Chicago, where sadly 3 police officers just this month have taken their lives, I did experience feelings of hopelessness, and I was treated for post-traumatic stress and addiction, and I had to be seen again around 2017 for depression. I'm not a mental health professional by any means, but I did write some books and do some research, as well as just learned a lot while I was going through treatment when it came to being resilient and navigating through these hard times and preventing police officers from feeling like suicide is the only way out. I can tell you right now, I've experienced some pretty hopeless thoughts. And one of the best pieces of advice I ever got was that I didn't have to believe those thoughts. So when the hopeless thoughts, or the thoughts about you being a burden, or the thoughts of there's no other way out, the thoughts of the pain is too much, the thoughts of I'm not supported, you don't have to believe them. And another piece of advice I got when I was being treated for depression was the psychologist could only do so much for me. And he said, Scott, it is within you to get better. Now, don't get me wrong. These professional resources out here for us can be very good if you use them, but ultimately it's just assistant. They're not going to do anything for you. When it comes down to it, you have to be the one to do something for you based on the guidance they give. And I'm telling you, it can be worth it based on personal experience and the experience I know of that other police officers have had. I don't personally know any Chicago police officers, but I can tell you this. I think it's fair to say that I'm speaking up for the majority of Americans, that we really hurt to see what you're going through in that city where it just feels like it's falling apart. This is me outside looking in. I've never been to Chicago. I'm only going off what I've seen on the media, but from the videos I've seen, from the headlines I see, to now the tragedy of 3 officers taking their own lives, I think it's pretty obvious what's going on. And those of you still in the fight, please know that you are supported. You might not feel it from within. You might not. I can't speak for everyone. You might not, but please know we are rooting for you. The last thing Americans want to see is like the fall of some major American city, just the complete fall of it. The last thing Americans want to see is just the total collapse of society. And good cops hold the line. We support you. If you feel like you're on your own, you're not. I'm here for you. Many other people are here for you. And if you're thinking, well, you don't understand what I've been through, I might not understand. But what I do know is that you are human just like everyone else, and that your mind has the ability to rewire itself so that perspectives can shift and thought patterns can change and strength and resiliency can be built. You have got to believe me in this. I've been through hard times. I get it. I've almost been killed more than once. I've had post-traumatic stress. I've had the depression, the addiction. Like I said in the beginning, you can remain strong. It is within you. And that leads me to my next point of encouragement. Like I said, I'm not a mental health professional, but I am speaking from experience and what I've learned. And one thing that you can really, really start to rein in and control the thoughts is to put action towards things you can control. When you put action towards things you can control and think about things you can control, such as, do you wake up in the morning early enough so that you can give yourself time before you rush on to shift where the chaos is and the danger is and the bureaucracy is? Do you give yourself time to mentally prime yourself and physically prime yourself through going on a walk or working out at the gym or working out in your home? Do you prime yourself? Do you watch what you eat? Because certain foods can actually help elevate the mood, like making sure your magnesium levels are good. Do you make it a point to hang out with people who can only lift you up because they are doing great things for themselves and they're not a negative crowd? They're outside of law enforcement. Do you do that? I mean, I could go on forever about all these things that are within your control that you can start to take control of. And the things that are out of your control won't have that much power against you because they're out of your control. You can't control them. And the last thing I would encourage is, if you feel like there's no point in going on, I just can't do this anymore, I would ask you to sit up straight, roll your shoulders back, puff your chest out, be proud of who you are. Remember, you signed up to do what a lot of people don't do, would never do. That's a reason to hold your chest out. And be proud, not prideful, but proud of what you're doing. Fix your posture, look straight up and say, I'm going to take action for myself. Trust me, this stuff can work. I don't come to you as someone who knows it all, right? I come to you as backup. I come to you as a friend. I come to someone who is offering support. And when you fix your posture, when you change your state of being physically, get to work on your mind. And if it means seeking professional assistance, then there's nothing wrong with that? I know it's cliche that it's not weakness and it's not a character flaw. Those things are true, but I know you hear them a lot. What I say about professional assistance is, what's wrong with it? What is wrong with asking someone for help? If your hands are full and you accidentally drop something on the ground from all the things you're holding in your hands, and you drop something on the ground, you ask someone, hey, do you mind picking that up for me? What's wrong? You're just asking someone for something. That's all it is. And considering what you have seen working in a city like Chicago, or any cop anywhere working somewhere where you encounter violence and people on their worst days, and you encounter incidents where you almost get killed, who can blame you for wanting to seek assistance? Who can blame you? And I can't speak for every situation, but in my situation, I sought treatment for years on my own. I didn't look at it as an expense. I looked at it as an investment, because I only get this life once. And the investment paid off because I took advice from the professional assistants. And I continue to get professional assistance because we are human. These are very difficult times. I can only imagine working in the city of Chicago right now as a police officer. I can only imagine. But there really is meaning in the phrase, do not give up. And when you go through hard times such as this, and when you have meaning behind the challenge, it can build you up to that much more better and stronger of a person. My name is Scott Medlin. I just wanted to send this word of encouragement. Like I said, I'm your friend. I've got your six. There's people calling 911 in Chicago. They're going to need police officers to show up. I know you desire to protect the public. I know you desire to go out there and be a good cop. Have that same desire to take care of yourself. You won't notice an immediate change overnight. Speaking from experience, you won't. Give it time and don't give up. And you'll notice that small steps add up to big things. You can work your way out of it. Take care of yourself, and may God bless.